Hey everyone, Colt here for MMOHuts.com, teaming up with Grinding Gear Games once again for a special announcement. This December, alongside the game's launch for the PlayStation 4, you'll get to experience the game's biggest expansion this year, Path of Exile, Betrayal. Betrayal follows the journey of Jun or Toy, the main character you'll be interacting with from the Order of the Jinn. Together, you and Jun will investigate an organization called the Immortal Syndicate. The Immortal Syndicate has found a way to revive people from death without raising them as undead using an artifact they stole from Jun's order. You'll be able to view information you've discovered about who's in charge of the Syndicate and their goals on a classic film noir style investigation board, showing identities, capabilities, locations, and the relationships between members of the organization. As you play through the league, you'll learn of the 4 different arms of the Syndicate: fortification, transportation, research, and intervention. As you learn more about the inner machinations of the group, you'll work towards discovering their mastermind and raiding their stockpiles of valuable items. In each game world area, you'll encounter some Syndicate activity. Each encounter relates to an arm of the Syndicate. For example, a fortification encounter involves breaking into a heavily fortified base and destroying the defenders inside. Once you've completed one, you'll have at least one subdued Immortal Syndicate member present. In some cases, it may be more than one if other members arrive to help a friend, leader, or subordinate. Each member will present you with 2 options from a set of 4 to choose from. You can interrogate them to gain information about the safe house for that branch of the Syndicate. Once your safe house knowledge maxes out, you can do a safe house instance and gain some cool treasure. Bargaining options can vary wildly and change the layout of the organization drastically. You'll only be given the bargain option if no other Syndicate members are present to witness their cohorts squealing, though. Naturally, you'll have the option to execute them if you don't have any more appealing options available. Since the Syndicate can revive their members from death, though, this is a good thing for that member. They will be revered for giving their life for the organization and will likely be promoted, gaining ranks and items for later use. This option allows you to ramp up the risk and reward by guaranteeing a harder but more lucrative enemy later when you take on that safe house. Also, characters in this expansion will remember how you treat them and what you do to them, so keep that in mind when making your decisions. The final option you could be presented with is Betray. It requires a bit of setup since it only works if multiple Syndicate members who share a positive relationship are present, either friendship or leader-subordinate relationships. If these criteria are met, then one of them may offer to betray the other, taking their position in the Syndicate and removing ranks from them. Each Syndicate member is associated with a different type of item, and each arm of the Syndicate has a different spin on how their items work. For example, Research Arm has more experimental mods on their items. Advanced players will be able to plan exactly what type of item is needed to perfect their character and manipulate the Syndicate accordingly. You don't need to run spreadsheets to enjoy the expansion though. The investigation and unique player-driven story are designed to be enjoyed just as much by casual players who aren't worried about min-maxing their characters. Another aspect of the Betrayal League is that targets can drop items with veiled mods. These mods will appear as runic writing on your items and must be taken to Jun to be unveiled. This will reveal 3 modifiers that can be placed on the item. These are all new mods, including powerful unique effects not found on any other item. You get to pick one of the 3 that shows up, and it gets added to your crafting repertoire to be crafted onto future items in your hideout's workbench. The more you unveil a single mod, the more potent its effect will become when you encounter it in the future. Master Crafting has also had its user interface completely revamped for this expansion, and the way crafting recipes are obtained has also been reworked. Previously, you had to repeat master missions hundreds of times to level up masters in order to learn recipe sets. Now you'll no longer need to level up masters. Instead, you'll find the recipes by completing various objectives within the master missions, like clearing certain rooms in an incursion temple, unveiling certain mods of Betrayal, or encountering specific encounters in Delve. Yes, you heard right. The old Forsaken Masters, with the exception of Zana, have mysteriously vanished. In their place, NPCs from recent fan-favorite leagues rise as new masters to provide you with missions, help you craft items, and find hideouts. Einhar helps you with Bestiary League missions. Alva returns to guide you to the Incursion Temple once more, and Nico once again needs your help delving into the Azurite mines. To help guide players into this new content, daily master missions have been moved to the Atlas of Worlds, the game's endgame map system. Periodically, certain maps on the Atlas will have an icon showing that they have an active master objective. When you enter the map, you'll encounter the respective master whose icon was shown, and they give you a mission. You won't need to rely entirely on randomness to control when you'll meet the masters anymore. The Betrayal expansion also bolsters the endgame with 4 new randomized maps. These maps are based on the community's favorite tile sets introduced in the Delve expansion, and they've been fleshed out into full endgame tile sets. Aside from the new content, Betrayal introduces 15 new unique items, many of which are exclusive to the Betrayal League. There are new and revamped skills as well, allowing for new playstyles. Winter Orb is a channeled orb that floats above you, shooting frostbolts at nearby enemies. Stormbrand zaps 3 nearby enemies, damaging the area around each enemy struck. This works sort of like a totem, except that you can pick it up and take it with you. You can support these gems with things like the increased area support to create interesting damage patterns and a whole new way to play. Betrayal will launch for PC on December 7th, and in mid-December for Xbox One and the brand new PlayStation 4 version of the game. Well, that's all for today. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and keep it locked on MMOHuts.com for all the latest gaming news and reviews.